So for you to be shrinking our human rights now is appalling. It's an embarrassment, and I know that the president can do better.
wọ́n sì lo ọdún kan lórí oyè òun lára tí ń ní wá báyìí tó bá máa fi wá lọ bí ọdún mélòó bó náà ṣe fẹ́ kí nàìjíríà ṣe rí.
oúnjẹ ni mò ń tà ilé tí mo tún gbọ́ tún fún mi níwèé mi ò rí owó láti rajà mo kàn useless lẹ ṣe bá mi lórí ìjókòó.
People are angry. Do you understand? So we are telling government to settle workers.
Good day, everyone, from wherever you are watching us from. And welcome to smnaija Yawa Dey, another exciting episode that you don't want to miss. And I promise that this episode is going to be so hot because I have a mind-blowing topic for you today. It's all about minimum wage versus living wage saga. Man, I tell you, you don't want to miss that. My name still remains Victor Yawa Dey, and I want to welcome to another exciting episode of Yawa Dey. I promise you that today's episode is going to be lit and hot. So, without further ado, let's dig in.
This one we now bring today, minimum wage and living wage. Me, I know nothing concern me with that one. No. And now make person see something chop.
The NLC, Nigerian Labour Congress, few days ago called on national strike that started June 1st. And thank God they've called it off now. And they asked now, guys said everybody should go and sit down. Nobody should move because what? They won't fight, protest, say minimum wage must happen. Everywhere shut down. Workers were home. In fact, shops are locked. You won't come pay me pass. And you know how workers are now. In fact, if they can give us 4 days all the day, we can collect her. But this one, never to that night, this everybody just hold on. This what if I myself to the apple now? They don't take light because strike day on. NLC can shout, oh, we not go agree, we not go agree. That they must increase minimum wage. News flash. The first implementation of the minimum wage began in New Zealand in the year 1894 before other countries follow suit. Now, we the masses. You know, say if 2 elephants they fight, now the grass they suffer. These people that they are fighting. Don't forget, when they were doing campaign, I don't know part of those that were doing, vote for A, vote for B. Now, y'all don't gas. Everybody lick soup where salt no day. You don't meet everybody. Now we want to know what really is the problem. Is it now the minimum wage or living wage? Because now, if you are talking about minimum wage, and that's even all the states are paying this right now. Even our so-called Obodo Lagos, yes, they never start. Now only Edo states don't start their own. Maybe last month is 70K, but let's face the fact. If they not start the minimum wage, now, who will benefit and who will benefit? So that means everybody that has a public firm that you are running a business, you must pay at least the least person in your establishment 494 koza. Hey! Let's now ask ourselves, what even is the meaning between or difference or the meaning of minimum wage and living wage? That is the saga we're talking about. Is there smnaija? Don't go nowhere. Join me as we go to Hannah. So, the federal government, just like Mama Dey hear in Pikin cry, said, they've heard our cries, that they are going to give us living wage. Don't we go belleful or small. So, I'm not wondering, what really is the cocoa? What are we really in for?
Victor, first of all, this whole minimum wage, whatever, they scatter my head. From the time when they don't start to talk all these things, since the day I've been hearing about minimum wage, this one and that one, I don't quite understand. My first question is, where Labour Congress get this figure, 494,000 naira from, Victor? Where?
It was not even 400 something before.
Yeah, they were saying 615,000 before.
Which has a breakdown. I will show you the breakdown. It's here.
So I don't understand. The purpose of this episode is to shed more light.
Yes.
I really want to know where Labour Congress arrived with this figure.
No worry. I full ground for now. I'm telling you, it's going to be hot here today.
You know what, guys? Victor and my friend, you know what? Let me explain the meaning of minimum wage and living wage for you.
Oh, yeah.
Minimum wage, it be like agege bread, where you go chop from morning for afternoon, you don't dey eat back. But you see this living wage, it be like golden bread, where you go chop. Belle full till the next day.
You don't say all this depends on the agege bread. If you chop out with a wagon, you go belle.
Okay, guys, maybe we need to orientate our viewers at home.
Okay.
What minimum wage and living wage is.
Okay.
Come to the screen. Now, to what I have here, it said a living wage is an income an individual needs to comfortably afford basic needs like food, transport, paying house rent, and so on and so forth. Why a minimum wage is a mandatory amount an employer must pay, its employees. So now, living wage is the money we use in buying all these amenities, all these normal day-to-day things that we need. Toiletries, toothpaste, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. That's the living wage that is to live on. Why minimum wage is what your boss must pay you. Either you work as a cleaner or you are the MD of the company.
So are you telling me now that I'm going to be paying my security man 449,000?
494,000. Yes.
That's amazing.
No, it's just absurd that the federal government didn't think of, or the NLC or whoever, or people at the top didn't think of the outcome of this money they are proposing the government should pay. How many people can afford it?
Victor, my problem is just people I pity the most is SMEs, these small business owners. You get, how are they going to survive? Mind you, the 30,000 naira they signed, I think, sometime ago in 2011. Some states are not paying.
Yes.
State like Abia, state like Anambra, state like Imo. How should I continue? They cannot pay this 30,000 naira. You are initiating a certain figure that we don't know where you got it from. Now, if you say we should pay 494,000 naira, SMEs, okay, you have a help that helps you pay. How are you going to get 494,000 naira to pay the help? How much you yourself, with the 494,000 naira, you go carry your salary, 494,000 naira, go pay your help? How you go take survive? How your business go take survive? You go buy fuel, sustain your business.
Yes.
You go pay your employees. Yes. You go buy materials.
Yes.
I don't know. How much go remain?
But guys, honestly, I think why these people are coming up with this kind of thing is because they really need to guess, as in the way the economy is going right now, I'm not sure these guys can afford anything again. Honestly, 30K cannot afford anything again.
Can't.
How much is rice? Bag of rice.
Don't go there. Rice pay you. Gary that who they talk Gary like 10 years or 15 years ago.
My lovely Gary is now so expensive.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
That's lovely now.
You need to know how
Before, now they use no poor man now. Now rich man now they find Gary. But Victor, my point is this. Yeah, I think this whole thing is a misplaced priority. We are not actually directing our attention to what needs to be attended to. You get, if we say minimum wage, is it the problem of the nation at the moment? Is it the problem? You get, now if you increase, I don't know whether you've seen that video of one woman that was shouting that if they increase this minimum wage, she'll be selling a crate of egg 10,000 naira.
I saw it.
Let us look at the effect of this increase on the masses, the poor people. Now, if you increase this money now, how is it going to affect that woman that sells pepper in the streets?
Nàìjíríà ò fararọ rárá. Èmi fúnra mi tẹ́rí tí mò ń dúró lóúnjẹ tó gbajúgbajà táyé mọ̀ mi ni. Tí mo mọ̀ gbé gbogbo bága bọ̀ kò sí owó lọ́wọ́ mi láti tajà mọ́. Òun lè fi bá mi lórí ìjókòó ọ̀dọ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ mi ni mo wá ń bí báyìí. Oúnjẹ ni mò ń tà. Ilé tí mo tún gbọ́ tún fún mi níwèé. Mi ò rí owó láti rajà. Mo kàn useless lẹ ṣe bá mi lórí ìjókòó.
Everybody go to farmer now.
Everything will increase.
Everybody go
The earlier the better. Let us redirect our attention to what needs to be attended to. Minimum wage is not actually. I know the NLC is doing the right thing. All right, and I know the government too think they are doing the right thing, but no, they are the one we should fault. Because no, I just want to say the way it is in my heart right now, Victor. You understand? So
are we forgetting why NLC now thought of it that okay, it is high time we fought these people?
I understand. I was going there actually. All right, that's what I'm saying.
At the expense of the masses.
You are right, Victor. You know, like I was trying to say earlier, you know, this government think that the masses are not aware of how expensive it is to run Nigerian government. How they increase their allowances, how they increase their salaries, their take-homes. You understand?
I was about to say that because the other time you were talking about something like inflation, like when the money increases to 4,000, everything are going to expensive. Why is it that when it is time for the masses to be able to afford things, basic things, that's when everybody's talking about inflation and inflation. The time is our so-called people, they are changing their cars every year. They are giving them wardrobe allowances of some money that can change some people's generation. How come people were not talking then? So when it's time for we the masses now to be able to afford our basic amenities, everybody's coming up with inflation.
You are very right. And let us also comment.
Wait, I'm coming. Talking about the living wage. Okay, fine. Living wage is fine. Okay, but do you think that is visible? This same government that this thing is a very, very deep topic. Talking about minimum wage and this of that. I want to start a living wage now. Everything should be able to be. Everybody should be able to afford basic things. Food should be cheap. Do you know there are so many things that are really affecting the economy? Let's talk about insecurity. Do you know that even most of this food we produce ourselves are not even more expensive because these people cannot go to the farm to work. So are you thinking this living wage thing can work? For me, I think it can work. For now, currently, it can work because obviously our food cannot be cheap except with tackling security. So I think for now, what we need is this minimum wage. Give us this money. We don't care if it's going to be inflation or not. Let's be able to afford the basic things. Let our children go to school. Let's eat.
Ká fẹ́ ra tansi báyìí, ká máa ra rodo ẹyọ kan ní 500. Ká máa ra tòmátì ẹyọ kan ní 1,000. Ṣé àti máa bá ibẹ̀ lọ sí ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà báyìí? Kọ́njọ̀ kan bá wá nǹkan ṣe sí àti ọ̀rọ̀ nípa epo wọ́n ṣe máa bá wa ṣe nǹkan kan sí torí wọ́n sì lo ọdún kan lórí oyè ń lára tí ní wá báyìí tó bá máa fi wá lọ bí ọdún mélòó bó náà ṣe fẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà ṣe rí.
Okay, guys, relax. Let me take you back to how minimum wage started and where we are today. Now let's say this. In 1981, minimum wage was 125 naira. It increased in 1991 to 250 naira. In 1998, it increased to 3,500 from 250.
Imagine.
From 250 to 3,500. Now in year 2000, it's also increased to 5,500 naira. Now in 2011, from 55 to 18,000 naira. Now, 2018, that you are still balancing now. From 18,000, it increased to, they are still fighting because not all the states have started paying, to 30,000 naira. But for now, they are still paying 22,500.
Victor.
So the increment, the high increment has started from the memorial and nobody fought it.
Victor, that is not even my problem. That is not even what I'm looking at. You get time immemorial, whatever happened in the past. In the years when...
Is it not what happened in the past that kept... Because
Victor,
see, one thing is a child, if a child is growing and he has a bad habit,
yes.
If you don't curb that bad habit, the child will be a master in such character.
Victor, we were growing as a country. We were growing as a people.
In 1999.
Look at it. In 1999, how old was our democracy?
From 250 to 3,005.
Wait, let's understand some things, right? Let's get these things. Yes, 1960 we gained our independence and the likes, right? Let's get these things right. From the time you were mentioning, the years you were mentioning, we were still young.
1999.
Our democracy was still young.
1999.
Yes.
1960 to 1999.
Do you know that Obasanjo was became president of Nigeria in 1999? Gave birth to what? A new era in our polity.
Okay.
All right. So I feel, Victor, what we should be looking at now is the fact that this money that was increased from 18,000 naira, I think in 2011 to 30,000 naira, you get some states have refused to pay. Why have they refused to pay? One. Secondly, if they have refused to pay the little amount of 30,000 naira, how then can they be able to pay 494,000 naira?
But talking about that, let's look at Edo State. Edo State has started paying 70,000.
Since I think May or something.
Yeah, 70K.
That is a figure that is realistic. That is a figure that anybody can relate to. I can afford to employ somebody, you get, and be able to pay that person's salary.
But just see.
No, wait, mind you, if you give me, if we start paying 494,000 naira, do you know that there will be high slash in the amount of employed people in the country?
Who can afford it?
Yes. You can be doing like you can be the presenter, be the cameraman, be everything all by yourself.
Because you are trying to cut costs.
Thank you. All right, you want to meet up, you want to survive. That is you now trying to survive. Yes. How many businesses do you think can survive under this whole situation?
See, for me,
People will fold.
That is Yawa.
For me, I'm not saying this minimum wage should be something like should be a permanent solution. I think for the meantime, before they later come up with how to solve the living wage. But for now, okay, what do you think is the solution?
If you ask me,
because if you are saying that if you give me 494,000 naira, it will cause inflation, and some people are there any billions changing their cars every day, and it doesn't cause inflation.
Wait, do you know that this whole thing is just trying to bring equilibrium between the rich and the poor? They want to really try to reduce, if not balance. How do I put it now? You know, bringing equilibrium in the earning, like you cannot differentiate the rich from the poor. That's what I'm trying to say.
We can still differentiate, though.
No, I know what I'm saying. Now, somebody that's earning 30,000 naira and start earning 494,000 naira, are you a poor man again?
Bros, don't forget that you yourself said it. That once the minimum wage is increased to 494, okay, that things like that woman that said once if it increased, get to not even 400. She said if it increased to 105 that they are proposing now in the court, that once it gets to 105, that egg will be 10,000.
10,000.
Now, and don't forget we are still in Nigeria. Anything that goes up never does what? Come back.
That woman now. So that woman's
495 now.
That woman's egg.
Are you sure they won't say egg for 100,000?
You say a human being lady egg, which should be increased.
IVF.
I don't understand. So that is where I have a problem with we Nigerians, because we are the architect of our problems. Let's just start from where the problem is.
But these people saying they want an increment, they actually know what they are saying. Because at this point, at this moment, please, what can 30K buy?
Me, I know nothing concern me with that one. And now make person see something chop. Wetin be minimum wage, wetin be living wage. See now, as I dey work so, you know how much I dey receive, but nothing wey I fit use that money buy for market. You go on dey follow me to say minimum wage. Wetin minimum wage wan do for me? Na the living wage gon dey important for my life as I dey so.
Babe, don't see. We see in every masquerade that is Amadi, Okpa, now we have come from heaven and they ghost. There's a big word, person where they cry. Person where they cry, they see road. Now, we should just be kind of diplomatic in what we want to say here. Because there's a game being played here.
Let's just call it spade a spade.
There's a game being played here.
Let's call it spade a spade. This is it. Let's say it. This is it. There's pictures. It's not a rumor. It's not. So there's been pictures you get showing one of the presidential aspirants with the NLC president, right? Showing that there's a kind of affiliation
that's influencing this.
Not just that. You get it's looking like there is a kind of game, or there's a kind of thing they are trying to do in trying to should I say frustrate the efforts of the government?
Yes.
You understand what I'm trying to say, right? So if we are looking at this thing from different angles, let us also look at it from the angles of some actors in our polity, people who can influence decisions, people who can tell you will sell 10 naira and you must sell 10 naira.
So for you to be shrinking our human rights now is appalling. It's an embarrassment, and I know that the president can do better.
You understand what I'm trying to say? People who can influence some government policies.
That is what is bringing me to what Okpe said earlier.
Okay.
That what should now be the lasting solution to all this minimum wage or living wage, which is price control.
Good.
I tell you, if there is price control, like there was a time that when fuel wanted to skyrocket, then that I forgot the government that was on power then, that declared that any gas station that you see that sells more than this price, shut it down.
Yeah.
You are aware of it.
Yes,
I don't
yes,
know that
yes.
time. You are not
What are you trying to
Victor,
say?
you know that?
I don't see. I don't suffer. Now, if there is price control on everything, even the minimum wage that we're talking about, might not be necessary. Like I said, okay, the 30K now, let's now assume it for the 30K. They're not selling bag of rice for 5,000. Selling bag of beans for 2,500. Maybe Gary is dash. If you buy one bag of rice,
They will give you one plate.
Take one plate of Gary free because nobody chop Gary. Now, so even if they give you 30K, nobody will think of increments.
Yes, exactly.
Because everybody is okay. That is why in developed countries, they make sure food is one thing that you get cheaply.
You're right.
And every other things can now be even to housing. There's a mortgage for housing. You can build a house on loan. Then they'll give you a very relaxed way to pay back.
Okay.
So price control.
Victor,
I think government should look towards that.
Victor,
Yes.
you are very right too. You are very, very right. But now, you calculated this thing based on the fact that the people will be receiving 30,000 naira minimum wage. Now, what happened to those still receiving 18,000?
They will show the governor for that now.
I don't know. I
They'll
think
be okay because for rice being 5,000 and beans. I mean, you can see.
like I said earlier, this whole thing, I see a kind of misplaced priority. I think first thing Labour Congress should have done was to make sure that there is uniformity in the amount of money every worker receives first.
Okay.
Let us bring those people still earning 18,000 to the level of 30,000 first. You understand? Then when we bring them to that level, we can now say, okay, since everybody is here now, let us agitate for more money. Now you're agitating for 400 something thousand naira. Why somebody still receiving 18,000 naira? Bag of rice is something thousand naira. That person self cannot even buy one derika.
That's what we are talking about.
So you get. So I feel Labour Congress should have agitated for equilibrium in the amount of money each worker receive first. There's no in Abia State they are receiving 30,000 naira. In all other states, everybody is receiving 30,000 naira. And now all of you come together. Let us agitate for more money. Why did this whole thing wait till now? Why didn't they agitate for all these things?
Since that's see what I'm saying now.
Look at when 2011
from 250 to 3,005.
You understand? So why now? What happened? What changed?
Things were not as expensive as this then.
So this is where I started faulting a kind of
game.
You understand?
Like one of my episodes I did here. That see the politics in Nigeria is like a chess game. It is we that we are the pawns that they play with. That our like what the Yoruba say, where two elephants are fighting. Now the grass there, the sufferer. Now, when during campaign of all these our officials, these so-called NPC officials, NLC, were they not part of those that were saying vote for them? Were they not part of them? So why is it now that you now see that let's say this route no good again?
This is now where I feel we should start working on ourselves as citizens. There should be a change of mindset. The way we see our government, the way we see ourselves as citizens, we should be patriotic enough to say no to some things and say yes when we need to. We shouldn't
talking about saying no to some things that do not really work in this country. So
that is where change of mindset comes in. I understand, like we have grown to an extent that we shouldn't be played like football game. You understand? Today, vote for me. I'll give you good roads. At the end of the day, I vote for you. At the end of the day, nothing happens. You get, I know this is not related. I know I was having a conversation with somebody and I was like, okay, now, is there a master plan for this country? That even if a Labour Party becomes president or APC or whatever party becomes president of the country, that person will follow that blueprint.
That's the person have left.
You understand?
But it's not like that.
So, I don't
If
know.
this new person comes to the new idea,
this person will come today. This person will say,
scrap
okay,
everything done
there's Kaba. This, you know, we are used in this country. We are used to new English. Any regime will have new English. We came in with good luck. Jonathan, we saw Kaba. They say Kaba have is it Buhari? They say Kaba have hijack government. We wake up to Tinubu. They say
President.
No. Tinubu regime now.
Okay.
You get, we have one thing or the other to associate, bring in and say this is what is obtainable and this is what not. So I feel a change of mindset.
For me, I think I really support the living wage. If everything is subsidized, like all the prices are reduced, like all of that, it's going to really make sense. But for me, I am saying it again. But for the meantime, while we are trying to work on that, we actually need money to get some stuff. So I think we should increase the minimum wage.
Okay.
Again.
Okay.
I second my emotion again. It might not be up to that 494.
Okay.
But at least
something realistic, right?
Something realistic.
Anyway, well, guys, I really want to thank you for jumping on this, because if we keep talking about this, because it's still ongoing, the fight still. I'm sure. I think the strike was just suspended for a while. They might go back to it, you know, until the demand.
We found out that they had a meeting and they did not agree again. We are used to that.
So let's just keep our fingers crossed. Let's just be a good citizen to one another. Okay,
no.
If you have, share. Please, see, people, either living wage or minimum wage. Wage shall dey, The best wage in life is health wage. Health wage, just stay happy. That is the main wage that nobody can quantify or use money to negotiate with. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we're gonna drop the curtain. Sorry,
Victor, before you drop the curtain, I beg, I want the government to answer these people ASAP, because I really missed NEPA the last time. Like I was hot for 48 hours.
So you see the easy banking on NEPA and fuel.
Victor, I want to
water sprinkle on your bed and sleep with your water.
Please, for the sake of the PHC and NEPA,
I want to beg my community. I failed them this time around. I said first thing I was going to talk about was this thing. I was going to talk about this NEPA thing. How will you shut? Do you know what that thing means? Do you know what it means to shut down lights? In foreign, let's say, imagine US shutting off 24 hours. Just imagine US. Do you know how much you will lose?
That is the punishment.
Yes, that's to show that they're very serious about it this time.
They should continue.
Right.
Shut airport, shut everywhere. Economy shut down. We'll see now we'll survive in this country.
Shut here and shut there. Everything don't shut down. By God's grace, me and you know shut down. So please, let's just keep the just keep our flag flying. And let's keep praying for Nigeria, right? It's only God that can help us in all these Zula and all this thing flying around. All right, so Johnson, thank you for coming out to share this moment with me.
It's always a pleasure.
Of course, Niger fine girl.
It's a pleasure.
All right, thank you too for jumping on this. All right.
Thank you.
All right, guys, now it is still Yawa Dey and on smnaija. Just please keep watching, keep subscribing. Follow our Twitter, follow our Instagram, follow our YouTube and all our social media handles for more exciting episodes. From me, myself, and I, Victor Yawa Dey, and I'm signing out and I say, whatever you do, keep the smile on. Who talk say Yawa no Dey? Now here, Yawa Dey. Peace.